Beautiful day, Patriots. This is another example from the November 30th of the timestamp and gap code. This is a reminder that time zones don't matter, okay? So this is an example. We're just going to rush right through this. The tweet isn't important as much as just the lesson. So we're going to take the last two Trump tweets of the day of November 30th. On the West Coast, it was at 1:52 p.m. and the second one came in at 1:59 p.m. Okay, so that's West Coast Pacific time, 1:59, 1:52. Got a little backwards there. On the East Coast, okay, it's going to come in at 4:59 and at 4:52. Okay, so it's the same difference, but different time zones. Okay. So the time zone doesn't matter. Write down whatever you see. The minutes and the time from each other is the same. Okay? The hours are different, but the minutes are the same. And the time difference. Okay? Now I want to talk about the clues. What do I see in these two tweets? So why am I looking at these two tweets? Well, on the first one, I get it, is in it. And then on the second one, it says witch hunt. We're looking at the first and the last words of the tweets, and that really help kind of connect the message, right? So there is the clue, witch hunt. I want to go see the last tweet that has witch hunt in it, and it was at 6:50 p.m. on the West Coast. On the East Coast, that would come in at 9:50 p.m., okay? West Coast, East Coast. So let's put it together like this now. So his last tweet at 1:59 with witch hunt was on the West Coast, 1:59. I go back to the last one, which was at 6:50. Okay, so on the East Coast was at 4:59. I go back to find the last tweet of his that says witch hunt, and that was at 9:50. So there's our gaps. Okay, there's our minute difference. It's the same no matter what part of the world you're on, or let's just say on the United States. On the West Coast, it's the same difference, right? On the East Coast, it's the same difference, right? The numbers and the timestamps are different, but the time in between them is the same no matter where you are in the world. Okay, just an example again. We're not even going to worry about the tweets. We're not going to worry about what the Q drop to go look at. I'm just trying to show the example of how no matter where, when, what, it stays the same, okay? So here's just another quick little example again. This one was on November 30th again. It's a how I got it. It's totally up to you, and it always is, always was. You get to choose what you think and believe and want to. You can believe what people tell you, or you can believe what you learn, whatever, however it can be phrased that helps suit you to break free, my friends. You are a powerhouse. So anyways, how I got it, it's up to you. So the last two tweets, videos, they had videos in them, and a news flash, okay? Once again, it's not so important what we're talking about. These are the examples. Now, I didn't notice anything, and I wait. Okay, I looked at the timestamps, I go to the Q drops, nothing really lines up, and the numbers weren't there, there was no coincidences, so you're just fishing, right? You know when you're fishing. So the next tweet comes in, and it's on the first and the last. You have to watch the first and the last words, right? So I go back and study, and I look at the video, and then I look at the length of the video. Okay, it was, let's just say it was 1 minute and 23 seconds long. Then I do the third to first. So if it was 1 minute and 23 seconds long, I change and put the 3 in the front. So it's 3, 1, 2. And that would be the Q drop. Now, you're like, why would I do the third to first? Well, on that particular video, when it had the still frame, there was a engine, the Air Force One. The time of the video was right below the engine, but the engine was cut off, and it had where the 3 was, the engine started, and it did a big old loop right onto the front. You see, there are clues, and they're everywhere. Where we go one, we go all. All these clues lining up to make sure that we're all together, okay? My timestamp and gap code, I say mine, it's not mine, I'm just trying to help learn it and share it. But it's only one of the many, many, many things that tie all the maps together, all the clues together, all the different cue clocks, cue drops, the tweets, everything. There is no one correct or only holy grail to this whole thing. This is a beautiful, ingenious plan. So God bless you, Patriots. New lessons coming soon.